I just want to say, as somebody who also works in the fields of hypnosis and stage hypnosis, I'm always surprised by the way the general public sees it. I believe that most people probably see hypnosis as really about, turning people into chickens, basically. And another thing, if you ask somebody who's a little bit, let's say, a little more paranoid, that you'll find out that hypnosis is really about mind control. And you talk to somebody who's a little more traditional, and you'll find out that hypnosis is really about sin and something quasi-diabolical. Here's an example of a Svengali who is a 20th century film star who was a evil hypnotist. Now, even among the scientific community, there's been studies that show, serious studies that show that there is no such thing as hypnosis, that the hypnotic state does not actually exist. And I think that even if you talk to, let's say, educated people, such as yourselves, that you'll find out when you boil it down that hypnosis appears to be some kind of magician's trick, a mind trick, and that when you boil it down, it's ultimately completely and totally fake. Now, what if I said to you that if we don't understand hypnosis, is it possible that we could be being hypnotized right now? You basically don't know. So I'm going to make a suggestion. Let's call it a hypnotic suggestion. I'm going to suggest to you that hypnosis is entirely real. In fact, stage hypnosis is real, and hypnotherapy is real. Here's an example of some of the many things that are treated with hypnotherapy as well. Not only that, but accelerated learning by hypnosis is real. And the hypnotic bar, as I've previously mentioned, a bar where people are hypnotized to be completely drunk while they remain absolutely sober, is also real. Hypnosurgery, where you can be operated on while completely awake, is also real. And of course, absolutely, that being turned into a chicken under hypnosis is also completely real. Maybe I could start off by saying there's a good reason why we don't understand hypnosis. And these are some of the reasons. If we go way back in time, probably the first hypnotists were shamans, Aboriginal and Native shamans. Here's an example, a real example from 1914. But shamans generally didn't share their secrets. There's one man who really put hypnosis on the map, and that's this guy, Anton Mesmer, an Austrian doctor. He was so influential that the word to be entranced, to be mesmerized, is from his name, Mesmer. Mesmer was the talk of Paris, and in the 1780s, more than 3,000 people a day would often go visit Mesmer to be healed. He would do strange incantations. He would appear to knock people out. He would give them and hold them with magnets. And thousands of people would come to see him regularly. Now, this attracted the attention of the medical establishment of the time, and they put pressure on the King of France, Louis XVI, who actually organized a royal commission to investigate Mesmer, which was led by this guy, Benjamin Franklin. Now, the interesting thing about Benjamin Franklin is that at that time he was the ambassador to France and also a great scientist. And he and another group of scientific luminaries got together and they investigated Mesmer. They concluded that there was nothing to Mesmer's claims, that he was not really healing people. And as a result, Mesmer was treated and named a fraud and a charlatan. In fact, here's some popular artwork of the time that shows Mesmer being sent to the fires of obscurity by the light of reason, science, and justice. I would say that till this day, as a result, hypnotism lives in the shadows. In fact, if you go to a bookstore, often in North America or Canada, and ask for books on hypnotism, you'll usually be referred to the occult section. So, this is why hypnosis remains in the realm of the fake. Now, if that's true, if hypnosis is fake, can I propose maybe a simple test? That basically, we perform right here, this is a quasi-scientific formula, that we perform a series of very simple hypnotic inductions and maybe some hypnotic suggestions, and we see what happens. If hypnosis is fake, then nothing will happen. If it's real, then I guess we'll see. Is that okay? Yeah. Okay. All right. So, if anybody's nervous, and there always is a few people that are nervous, I'm going to suggest to you that you can avoid this process by simply ignoring my instructions for the next 3 minutes. Simply ignore my instructions and you'll be fine. For the rest of you, I'll just suggest to you that right now, you put your feet flat on the floor. So, focus on the center of the spiral, and now I'll ask you to take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath in. Watch as the spiral moves. Very good. And now take another deep breath in, straight up towards the ceiling. And now allow your eyes to just slowly blink. On the count of 3, 2, 1, you can blink now. Very good. I'm going to ask you to blink one more time and blink now. Reopen your eyes, and as you do, as my hand drops, you're going to feel your eyes getting heavier. Your eyelids are going to get heavier and heavier. And in a few seconds, you'll just allow them to close. 3, 2, 1. You can shut your eyes now. Beautiful. As you close your eyes, you get a very deep, relaxed feeling, and that allows you to feel like almost like your eyelids are melting into your cheeks. You're so relaxed and calm, and in fact, your eyes are going to close tighter and tighter that they are now shut. Very good. The more you try to open your eyes, the more they will stay shut. You can try to open your eyes, but the more they stay shut. In a few seconds, I'll ask you to do a test and see if you can open your eyes, but the more you try, the more they are shut. Right now, can anybody open their eyes? Very good. Now, on the count of 3, you will be able to open your eyes. If you can't, that's 1, 2, 3. Now you can open your eyes. Beautiful. Who could not open their eyes? Just now, who could not? Put up your hand if you don't mind. Put up your hand. Okay, good. The people who could not open their eyes, I'm going to suggest that you come up on the stage for the next part of our experiment. If you could not open your eyes, come on up. The stairs are over there. The stairs are over there. Come on up. You could not open your eyes. Very good. People that are more hypnotizable are often more imaginative. Some of the greatest athletes in the world are very hypnotizable. They're often strong and brilliant and beautiful, as these people clearly are. So now, I'm just going to do a little bit of an experiment, though, if you guys don't mind. So I'm just going to ask you to stare at the light, that little light at the end of the room right there. Very good. Now, here's the interesting thing. I'm going to ask you, sir, just to put your hand out and push down on my hand. Push down on my hand, harder, harder, harder. Sleep all the way in, dropping down all the way, relaxed and sleeping. I'm going to ask you to put them right back here. Very good. I'm going to ask you just to push your hands out like this. Very good. Don't worry, don't worry. It feels good. Just push your hands out like this if you don't mind. Very good. Take a deep breath in, stare at that light and focus. Very good. Focus deeper. 3, 2, 1. Sleep all the way in, dropping down. Sleep. Beautiful. Very good. Some people are not going to react. And now just watch your hands go down. Hand goes down, up, down, and now sleep. Beautiful. Very good. Now this next person. Very good. We're going to do something. This is a new induction that we developed for TEDx. Actually, it's called a TEDx induction. Just stare at that spiral. I'm going to ask you to put your hands up like this, like an X. That's right, except facing the other way. Beautiful. Now, stare at the light. Take a deep breath in and relax. Hands a little more straight. Very good. As I count you down, I'd like you to notice that your heart is beating because you're on stage. All these people are looking at you. Look at the light and just focus on the light. Take a deep breath in, relax, and sleep all the way in. Very good. Dropping down all the way. Very good, relaxed and calm. Now, I'll explain in a second. Okay. Sir, same thing, push your hands out like this. Deep breath in. Just watch my hand go down. Just watch it right here. Go down, 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 down. Sleep all the way in, dropping down all the way. Very good, excellent. Can I shake your hand? Deep breath in and sleep all the way in, dropping down all the way. Very good. Person, okay. And right now, I'm going to say a word. When you understand what that word means, it's going to happen to you. Do you understand? So just stare at that spiral, stare at that light, sorry, right there, and I say the word S-L-E-E-P, sleep. Beautiful, very good. Excellent. Person, I'm just going to ask both of you to stick your hands out like this, both of you. Deep breath in, stare at the spiral, and everybody sleep all the way in. Very good, nothing else. Beautiful, and you can just drop down and sleep. That's okay, very good. Excellent. You're so amazing, I can just say sleep and it's going to happen. Very good. Dropping down, excellent. I'm going to leave these people up here so you can experience. Are you okay for being up? Okay. So what these people are experiencing is something that we call hypnotic sleep. Hypnotic sleep is actually, they appear to be sleeping, but I'm going to suggest to you that that is not true. They are not actually sleeping. Here's some examples. I'm going to show some examples of hypnotic sleep. So here's some examples of hypnotic sleep. And one of the reasons why we don't understand hypnotic sleep is we tend to focus on the hypnotist and not the people who are actually sleeping. So now, I'm going to go a little bit closer, take a look. I'm going to suggest to you that these people are in a very interesting state. Now, do they look like they're sleeping? And I'm going to suggest to you that they are actually awake and alert. If you can hear my voice and you know what's going on, you have the power to lift a finger on your right hand. You can do that now. If you can hear my voice, you can lift a finger on your right hand now. Beautiful. Take a deep breath in and relax, and now go back to sleep. Beautiful. Relaxing all the way. They are actually still here. They haven't gone anywhere. I'm going to suggest to you that right now these people are in a state that is akin to what you might call sleep paralysis. Sleep paralysis is a state where we feel like we are sleeping, but actually every night when you go to sleep, you become paralyzed by your own body, so that if you dream that you are running or falling or jumping, you don't actually jump out of your bed or run out of your bed. So this state is right now sleep paralysis. You notice that people are quite relaxed and limp. Okay, so let's do a little bit of an experiment. Let's do a bit of an experiment right now. And I'm going to suggest at this point that people are very open to suggestions. So maybe I'll start with this fellow right here. When you hear the word hypnotism, person I'm touching right now, when you hear the word hypnotism, you will shout, "It's fake." When you hear the word hypnotism, you will shout, "It's fake." When you hear the word hypnotism, you will start laughing. You will shout, "I am in complete control of all my actions." Do a bit of an experiment. And I'm going to try something else. There are probably people in the audience right now that are actually in trance. So I'm going to ask you to take a deep breath in, anybody in the audience, and you can go right back to sleep. Beautiful. Anyone in the audience is relaxed and sleeping. So anyone in the audience who hears the word hypnotism will also shout, "It's fake." Okay, very good. So now, coming back into the room, feeling refreshed and relaxed, remaining in trance, on the count of 3, 2, 1, when I snap my fingers, now. When I am talking right now about hypnotism,
it's fake!
What I'm trying to illustrate is that hypnotism is not well understood. Okay? Is not well understood. What do you think of hypnotism?
It's fake!
If I could just ask this person for a second, what do you think of it?
I have complete control.
Clearly you do. Now, I'm going to show you something in my right hand. I have a sleep gun. This is a gun. It cannot hurt you. But when I shoot you with this gun, you're going to go right back into a deep and relaxing sleep. On the count of 3, 2, 1, bang, sleep, and bang, sleep, and bang, sleep. Very good. So these people are in a very relaxed state. These are sort of our all-stars here. Now, I'm going to suggest to you there's something very interesting going on with these people, and it's something, if you want to look at it, it's actually in the eyes. Now, I don't know if you can see it clearly, but if you see this person right here, can you see it? Their eyes are actually flickering. Now, why would their eyes be flickering? Now, I'm going to suggest something interesting, that their eyes are actually rolled up in their heads. Now, why would that happen? Isn't that kind of weird? And I'm going to suggest to you, let's go back to our friend, the shaman, and look at the shaman. His eyes are also rolled up. You can look at it here, is it a little bit closer? You can see a little bit closer. And now let me show you something else, that sometimes when people are in this state, you can see his eyes are flickering. That when people are in this state, that they sometimes remain with their eyes open. That looks a little bit like this. Now, look a little bit closer, and of course we get an effect that looks almost diabolical. In fact, this is straight out of The Exorcist, and it may explain this stereotype. So, now let me show something. Let's go back right here, and let me suggest to you that there's probably a reason why this state actually occurs. And maybe I'll start with this person right here. That is it possible that this original hypnotist who used the stereotype of a hypnotist, somebody uses a pendulum that goes back and forth, that pendulum going back and forth is doing something particular to the eyes. Let's do a little bit of an experiment. This is an induction developed by Mike Mandel, a Canadian hypnotist. I'm going to ask you, ma'am, if you don't mind, if you can just sit up for a second. When I snap my fingers, you can sit up. Now, I'm just going to ask you just to look at my finger, right? Watch it, keep your head steady and watch it go back, forth, back, forth. Your eyes get heavier. In a few seconds, they will just close, back and forth. Now you can just go relax to sleep. Beautiful. Look at her eyes are flickering. So she has entered a state, and I hope that this is kind of sciencey, she's entered a state that is very similar to REM. Now, is it possible that what hypnosis is doing is jump-starting the actual REM state? Now, to show you perhaps an interesting example of why this might matter, let me show you a video. Take a look at this video. So I know that's a pretty ridiculous video, but let me explain there's actually something very profound going on here. And that is, there's actually a veterinarian wrote an article for the newspaper that explained that what's actually going on here is that cats are actually reliving traumas. They're not, but here's the weird thing. Why are cats afraid of cucumbers? Because cucumbers remind them of what? Or look like what? Snakes, exactly. They look like snakes, but hold on a second. Would domestic cats in North America or in Kingston or anywhere like that, would they ever encounter a snake? No, never. So why would domestic cats all seemingly be programmed to already be afraid of snakes that they've never met? The explanation, very simply, is that Professor Michel Jouvert, experimental medicine at the University of Lyon in the 60s, did a series of experiments. He's called the Christopher Columbus of dreams. And his theory is that mammals, or all mammals, while they're in the womb, basically enjoy a powerful REM state, a dream state. That dream state may be essential to programming us to be what we are. So cats would be programmed to be afraid of snakes while in the womb. That would be an explanation for why they are now afraid of cucumbers, even though they never encounter snakes. If that makes sense. So now, is it possible that hypnosis is us hacking in to this actual dream state? And let's take a look. Here's a common experiment. You probably remember the movie The Matrix. In The Matrix, Neo is programmed to know Kung Fu. It's advanced technology, helps him know Kung Fu. And I'm going to suggest to you that we can do something like that today. I'll take this person right here. You are a Kung Fu master now. And you're going to demonstrate a new form of Kung Fu in the red dot known as TEDx, a powerful, dramatic form of Kung Fu. You will always remain safe, and you will not push your body beyond its known limits. You are also a Kung Fu master. You will perform an even more dramatic form known as TEDXQueens. You will also always remain safe, and you will perform your Kung Fu exhibition right after the first one. So I'm going to ask this person to come back in the room on the count of 3, 2, 1. I'm going to snap my fingers. Please meet the master of Kung Fu right now. Sir, you want to... Demonstrating the rare and beautiful TEDx form. Tara, coming back in the room now. You are a Kung Fu master. You will beat that incredible demonstration that you only heard. You're going to perform, this is the form now known as TEDXQueens. Thank you. Now, I want to take us in conclusion, maybe back to the chicken. What is really truly amazing, actually, is that when I do hypnosis shows, I used to avoid ever turning people into chickens because it's cliche and silly. But then I actually learned something amazing. When you do the research, there's something amazing about people being chickens. So I'm going to do a demonstration. Deep breath in, relax, and sleep. Beautiful. Maybe Tara, you can go right back to sleep. Beautiful. Very good. You are a chicken. You peck and you say, "Baka," and you do all the chickeny things. You are a chicken. That's right. You do all the chickeny things. You're a great, amazing chicken. You, madam, are a cat. You are a cat. and you're very much like a cat. Now, chickens can come out. You can step up here. Now, one thing about chickens and cats. Now, I'll just ask you, I'm going to remind you, as chickens and cats, you have been programmed to be mortally afraid of cucumbers. If you see an image, if you see a picture or an image of a cucumber, you will scream. You will scream. Anyone who sees a picture of a cucumber here will scream. Now, cat, do you see the chickens? Sure, do you see the chickens? Now I'm going to ask all of you, if you don't mind, to direct your attention to the screen. That's right. It's all right. Okay. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. You can go back to your, that's right, you can go back. I'm going to make a suggestion now. Here's a simple demonstration of hypnotherapy. Now, when you see a cucumber, you will no longer scream. You will only laugh. You'll laugh incredibly hard. You'll be unable to stop laughing now. Very good. You can have a seat right now. Sir, I'm going to give you, Tara, I'm going to give you the sleep gun. Here's a gun. When you do take this gun, I want you to shoot the cat over there. I want you to shoot him. He won't be hurt. You're going to go into a deep, relaxed state. And then I'm going to ask you to shoot yourself. Okay. And go into a deep and relaxed state. So here's the sleep gun right now. You can just make a loud bang. That's all. Shoot the cat over there if you don't mind.
Bang.
Go into a deep, relaxed state and sleep. Beautiful. Very good. When you shoot him, he'll go into a deep, relaxed state.
Bang.
Very good. Okay. Now, I know that we all laugh at the guy, in a sense, or the person that becomes a chicken, but actually this shows a very profound and amazing aspect of humanity. Humans have the ability, unlike other mammals apparently, to dream just about anything. We can imagine ourselves as chickens, as aliens, as any kind of weird associated thought or feeling. And that really shows why humans have such a powerful and, to some extent, a limitless imagination. I'm going to suggest to you that hypnosis itself remains completely uncharted. It is still misunderstood, and that the state that these people are in, when they come out of the state, they're going to feel wonderfully refreshed and relaxed. That's because with hypnosis, we hack into the fundamental programming state, which also happens to be a state that is itself tremendously recuperative. This dreaming state is tremendously recuperative and healthy, and you're going to see these people will come out of it feeling very healthy, relaxed, and clear. So, in conclusion, I just want to say hypnosis is not the preserve of hypnotists or hypnotherapists even. It is the common and massive and amazing inheritance of all humanity. And that's something that the world needs to know. So, in conclusion, the people that are in a hypnotic state, and that includes the people in the audience, if you're hypnotized, in a few seconds you'll come back into the room. You're going to feel refreshed and relaxed and wonderful. You've done an amazing job. You're really incredible and magical. When you come back into the room, you're going to feel refreshed, relaxed, no longer hypnotized. There's only one catch. You'll have no idea what happened while you were on the stage. You will forget everything that happened to you on the stage until you hear me say the word fake. Then everything will come flooding back to you. You'll remember everything, and you will laugh. Okay. So I would just like to say in conclusion, I hope today that I have demonstrated that hypnosis is totally and completely fake. Thank you very much.